Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised.
It's one of the 5 pillars of the Islamic faith, the obligation to perform Hajj once in your lifetime if you're financially and physically capable. But how to assess in advance your ability to withstand days of outdoor exertion in an ever more unpredictable and extreme climate? Videos posted on social media this week, which we can't independently verify, purport to show bodies lying in the street. The AFP news agency says more than 1,000 pilgrims have died, based on a tally of figures from foreign diplomats. The Saudi government has so far given no official number.
There were many people that were suffering from heat, exhaustion, and yes, there was along the official authorized route that we were aware of, there was a plentiful supply of people and individuals and people in authority that were handing out bottles of water, squirting water, and also a lot of water fountains available. Given the intensity of the heat, I think in the coming years, I suspect that they do need to take some further action.
More than 600 of those who died were reportedly Egyptian, the overwhelming majority of them unregistered pilgrims, people who'd come in on cheaper tourist visas or overstayed work permits and wouldn't have access to the same air-conditioned facilities as those on official tours. One UK-based critic of the Saudi government says it's become a two-tier experience.
We see that all the hierarchies are reproduced, so the poor ones are actually the ones who suffer most. And this explains why there's so much death among certain pilgrims from particular countries like Egypt, Bangladesh, Morocco, Tunisia, etc.
This year's Hajj is the deadliest since 2015, when an estimated 2,400 people died in a stampede, a number arrived at long after this footage was first broadcast. The official Saudi toll remained at 769. The infrastructure has since been upgraded, including a complex one-way system and improved healthcare facilities. Following the lunar calendar, the Hajj period starts 11 days earlier each year. In the coming years, it's heading for springtime. The next summer cycle comes in the mid-2040s. Climate scientist Fahed Saeed is co-author of a study setting out what it may be like for pilgrims then.
The authorities in Saudi Arabia, they are going for adaptation options. But adaptation options have their limits. So unless we stop emissions and we abide by the Paris Agreement, I'm afraid that we will continue to see such calamities.
Saudi Arabia wants to attract 30 million pilgrims a year by 2030, performing both the Hajj and the smaller year-round Umrah pilgrimage. Such numbers can only intensify the challenge of retaining the event's essential religious character while adapting to an ever hotter world.
Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. This is your humble servant, Big Levi. And today is Noga, June 21st, 2024, and it's currently 4:10 p.m. Eastern Time pre-recorded. And then again, today is the first day of summer solstice. Of course, because we are now in 2024, which is a leap year. So there's one more day that add to the year, because this February this year had 29 days in it. Therefore, so the summer solstice, the portals usually open on the 21st, but because of this year, it will open on the 22nd, which is tomorrow, and it will close on the 25th, which is when the sun reaches highest zenith. Of course, I like to say zenith. Beloved, what seems to be the issue here? What's going on here? What is it that every single time you turn on the news, it's good news? Well, at least for us. At least for me. I'm speaking for myself. I am speaking for myself, good sir. What is it that every single time when you come online, it is always some bad news for certain people. Well, we've been telling those folks. When I say those folks, I'm not talking about those people, those pilgrimage or those pilgrims and their pilgrimage. I'm not talking about them. I'm not talking about other folks that are Muslim or anything like that. I'm talking about 83 in general. For years, and we are not making this up, okay? We have all the receipts. I personally, I have no interest. Where's the video? I have no interest, okay? So let's go to the oldest, okay, video. I have no interest of telling people that, hey man, you know, you need to, you know, repent and stuff like that. No. Okay, so for years, this is our first Esau's Trouble video. Okay, it's called California and Oregon Wildfire Explain the Gentiles Tribulation, aka Esau's Trouble. All right,
that's the end.
So we used to go to scriptures, pretty much the same thing. All right, this video was first published in September 10th, 2020. So this September will give it 4 years ever since we published this very first. We had other stuff, but I had to remove them because of copyrights and things like that. All right, we talk about this. Okay, we talk about Haiti, we talk about Doga Conquest, doing the Inquisition. This is what you are doing to our people. That's the result, the weather. It's a form of punishment, form of payment. All those horrible things that you did, that's why you see this issue over there. And it's been going on for a while, and what you people did, you ignore it. Okay, let's play a minute or two out of this.
I'm doing something, okay? I'll talk to you later. When you came to our Holy Land, you did...
Who I was talking to?
It is. Okay, that's what the... Deuteronomy 7:22 says, okay, and the Lord thy God will pull out those nations before thee by little and little. Thou may not consume them at once, so we won't kill them at once, lest the beasts of the field increase upon thee. All right, okay, let's watch this. That's beautiful, man. That's how the Holy Spirit works.
The wall of fire.
Okay?
You just grab what you can and get out.
Get out. Get out. Grab what you... Well, you shouldn't grab anything at all, because you didn't, when you came into our Holy Land and you did this, you didn't come... Baby, I'm doing something, okay? I'll talk to you later. When you came to our Holy Land, you did this. You didn't come with anything. You came all naked. Don't believe these pictures that you see right now, the Spanish with all their clothes. They were beast people, okay? They were like all naked and like half of her clothes. They were a bunch of cavemen look-alike. Our people were being beat, and
they were we had the clothes, the royalty and all that. They were the beast men, hairy men coming out. They are savages and still are. Okay, you did all those stuff unto us. And then you are asking yourself why something is happening, why something like that is happening. Why? Of course, beloved, they are putting down the number. Okay, you can put at least a 3 more 0 behind that. And then they are saying, well, the people that die in this are mainly poor people from Bangladesh, Morocco, or Iraq and stuff. No, those poor people are resilient to the sun. They are used to the sun. The people that die in these things are the millionaire billionaires. They don't want to say it, but it's the rich people that are dying. And that's what's going on out there. And they are lying and saying over 1,000 people die. But officials have not released the proper number. Oh, you mean to tell me when that plague hit you in 2020? 2020, 2021, 2022? Oh, it's like, like 10 people, like heart attack because they were too old. And then we got over like millions of them retired because the economy was doing so well. And suddenly you're bringing all those migrants over there. Well, you're not bringing them because you want them to overcome the hood. They are not in the hood. They don't want to stay in the hood. You are bringing them to pad down your number. Or I shall say it, to pad up your number. And suddenly now, millions of you are missing, and you're bringing all those people to kind of make it up for what you've lost. It's pretty much the same thing over there in that Saudi Arabia place. What they said, oh, well, it's like 1,000 and stuff like that. You know, not that much. I mean, they were all poor anyway. You know, 99.99% of them were super poor. The only 0.1% was a guy that had a job. You know, unfortunately, one poor people, you know, fell upon him. The others and all the 99 crushed him, and then he died, unfortunately. But don't look at us rich people. That's not what happened. Beloved, we are here to tell you, Jews and Gentiles alike, the weather is intelligent. It is conscious. It is not something that acts mindlessly. This thing has target. That's what that is. That has nothing to do with the so-called, well, the elite. Satan is using the weather. Is the elite, the Saudi Arabian prince and the elites over there, the Illuminati over there have these devices, and then they are controlling the weather, and then they are doing the heat. They are killing people over there, man. They're trying to depopulate the earth. The elite are always trying things. Oh, the elite, they lock up the world during the plague. They lock up and they have this lockdown. Oh, they are trying to see how you're going to react. Okay, they lift the lockdown. Well, that was a test, and then they're gonna come with another test. Oh well, you know, they're trying to depopulate the earth and bring the Georgia Guidestone. Then the Holy One destroyed this stuff a few years ago with a lightning strike. Oh well, it was destroyed by an extremist that put the bomb over there and then blew it up. No, that's not what that is. You do know that the so-called 83 or the elite, they really indeed had the plan to literally wipe us out. They had that plan. Of course, the priest of Mahan never told them the truth. It is because of us, beloved, those people are knowing the truth. I'm talking about those elites out there. The real elite, so to speak, die a long time ago. They die with the secrets. Then you got like Shell, like that guy like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and Warren Buffett and all the other, Mark Zuckerberg, the mighty cowboy, and all the other scumbag. They learned the truth from us. Those guys truly thought they had it going on. They thought 2020 was going to be it. You know, every, like, for instance, the 1800s, it's them. 1900s, oh, it's still them. The 2000s, yeah, you know, 2010s, oh baby, 2020, shit. Something is wrong here in 2020. Well, what is it? Well, we don't have it. What do you mean we don't have it? We should have had it forever. Yeah, but no. Just like the plague that happened in 2020, 2021, 2022 till now, was a targeted attack by the Holy One, the weather is also. We are going, I don't have a beat here, I don't have songs. I don't know. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can get a beat here, and any of them. Just gonna put there just in case. And then we have an insane amount of, well, not insane. How many? Oh, not that much. Although I'm trying to make this thing 2 hours. We are going to play a few of the tabs that are dealing with the weather, and then we'll see what they are saying. We'll see like why they're trying to say it, like, oh, you know, it's a climate change, and we really need to do things and start emitting things. We need to come together and resolve this. Okay, well, yeah, okay. So Right now, it's we, right? You know, when you guys were in your blessing, it was me, 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 me. Now it's we, we. Well, sir, we didn't enjoy the blessing with you, and we are not part of this. All right, then. This bit could be good. All right, we're just gonna leave it here. Let's keep on moving.
Absolutely.
There you go. All right, let's watch this. This is 7 hours ago, okay? As this is Texas, all right? You know, we just went from a heat, and then we go
it's
to
the
that.
first full day of summer with extreme weather from coast to coast.
I don't even have words for it. It's that hot.
From tropical storm flooding in Texas to deadly and devastating wildfires out west and sweltering record-breaking heat in the Northeast.
Now, let me enlarge this a little. 90 million under heat alerts. You see, this number, we've been saying this for years. You might see that I have refrained of breaking down numbers because I just assume if you've been watching us for at least a week, you should know your age right there. You should know when the angels send a message. Okay, 83, they do not have control over things like that, okay? 90 million under heat alerts. You know what to do.
Just outside New York City, a double commuter headache on the roads and rails. On Thursday, the heat fueling a brush fire, triggering a massive traffic jam on I-95, and power outages forcing the suspension of Amtrak and local train service, causing a ripple effect of delays and cancellations on the busy Northeast corridor.
I am exhausted. It is hot. I can't do it anymore.
And the city's streets doubling.
This is all a joke for you people. This is like, I gotta look cute and stuff. This thing is serious, beloved. Remember, the heat is not the problem. It is the sun. It is the particles that the sun is carrying. It is permeating in those folks' blood and their skin. And then it will do things to them. Remember, after each heat wave, you'll have a lot of stopping heart, so to speak. A lot of suddenly people just, oh, I tripped and I fell. Oh my God, bim. What happened? This guy was just walking and then he just grabbed his chest and then he fell. Oh, well, it must have the venom in it. Yeah, part of it, the venom, but 99.99% is the sun cleansing. Remember in the Deuteronomy 7, verse 22, if I'm not mistaken, or Deuteronomy chapter 7, read it and find it. The Holy One say, I will not remove them at once before you. I will chip them out. Death by 1,000 cords. I will not remove them by like 100 million, but I will remove like every year, I double it. In 2020, I remove 1 million. In 2022, I remove 2 millions. 2023, I remove 4 million. In 2024, I remove 8 million. And then every year, it's double. It's going to become 16 million next year. Then 36 million, 32 million. And then after a few years, you people won't be here. Just like this woman has her hand 5, I shall say 5 years. Okay? 32 million, 64 million, 124 million. 124 times 2. Is that 244? Just doing 164 times 2, 328 million. And 328 million times 2, 656 million. The land will be cleansed of you. Like 5 years. I mean, that's me with my mortal calculation. Of course, we are immortal. Okay, this is serious. A lot of people will drop and their heart will be stopped.
Can't do it anymore.
In the city's streets, doubling as splash parks with the help of fire hydrants turned sprinklers. Across the tri-state area, power grids being pushed to the brink by the increased demand for AC. Further north, in states like Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Vermont, where searing heat is unusual, many people don't have air conditioning at all.
Everybody asks if we have AC, we do not.
One Massachusetts district ended the school early so that kids and teachers could avoid sweltering classrooms.
Wait, they have school over there in Massachusetts? It's the summer, right? I don't know. They probably have different things over there, but anyway.
Very hot. I feel bad for the kids who have to walk in it too.
Heat alerts stretching coast to coast today, with millions under alert on the West Coast and more than 64 million Americans sizzling in the Ohio Valley and the Mid-Atlantic. Across the country in New Mexico, a major disaster has been declared after a deadly wildfire devastated communities, destroying hundreds of homes and forcing thousands to flee.
Now, the wildfire was the first indication when the nation started to make these videos, which was plague number 2 out of the 10 plagues of the apocalypse of Abraham, fiery conflagration of the cities. When I saw the wildfire that happened in Oregon, and I saw how those people are trying to hide this thing, they did their best. They hide, they lie, they lie, they lie. They did everything that they could to hide it, but they couldn't. They couldn't. And I saw every time this thing happened, they brought the expert, the scientists. Well, we have to understand emission and greenhouse gases. Too many fat guys blow it out of the butt in the atmosphere. And we need to come together. We need to stop this. We do that. What? And I saw the lies. I saw the confusion. I saw the shame. And above all, I saw the great fear. The sorrow in the midst of them. Remember the video, beloved? Where this grandmother doing this fire 4 years ago, she bought her grandchild a bunch of toys, and she stocked up. Remember when those people were going crazy for toilet papers? She stocked up on food and everything burned down. Fiery conflagration of the cities. What I want some New Mexico local news so I can see exactly what's going on over there. We got people staying in New Mexico, okay? And the sister sent us an email. She stay a few miles away from this, and it's very bad, all right? Keep the beloved in your prayer. Let's keep on moving.
Crews nowhere near containing that blaze. Meanwhile, parts of the Texas coast are still dealing with extreme flooding, even though Tropical Storm Alberto is long gone.
I didn't actually think it was going to happen 2 days back to back. It receded yesterday pretty good, and this morning we woke up, but we were completely covered again.
Now, let me say this, beloved. Let me say this, so you 83. You won't see it coming. See, just like you have planned to come and take us down, wherever we are, in the hood, the suburb, in the ghetto, in the third world, wherever I'll be all at. You had planned to come up and destroy us and take us out. It didn't work. And you didn't see 2020 coming at all. It hit you. Like a deer stuck in a headlight. You didn't see it coming. You are staring at it, but you didn't. Like, what the hell is going on? You guys are freaking deers. You hear the twig snap 2 miles away. All of you scattered, run. But when the danger is right in front of you, staring at it, you don't see it, and then he hit you. Well, we didn't know it was going to happen like this. Yesterday's was fine, and then boom, this. Well, yeah. That's what happened. You will not see it coming. Your pastors out there are telling you everything is fine. Jesus is gonna come save us. Repeat after me. I believe in him. He is my Savior. He is my Lord. I am baptized. I am saved. I have nothing to worry about. And nothing going to happen to me and my land. To me and my people and my children. Oh, really? Is that what that is? All right, then. Let's keep on moving.
Back to back. It receded yesterday pretty good, and this morning we woke up, but we were completely covered again.
And it looks like it's only going to get worse. Experts are now predicting above average temps for the entire nation for the month of July. They're pointing to climate change as the culprit. Hoda.
All right, Aaron McLaughlin there from Jones Beach. Aaron, thank you.
All right, let's bring in Mr. Roker now with more on the heat and what we need to know as we head into the weekend. Heat all over the country.
Absolutely.
So, there is a pattern you need to see here. There we go. It is always for some reason, every time they are dealing with this bad weather and stuff, they always have our people just sit there, you know, people that look like us, all right, and then trying to say this is what happened and things like that. And you know, I have no idea what she is. I don't know. There we go. Is it right here? I don't know. Oops. I don't know if she's black or I don't know what the hell is going on over here. But all I know, this brother over here, okay, and this other fellow over there, you know, and they look like us, all right. So, and they are here to explaining things. And then this dude gonna try to make everybody feel good. Okay, this is what's gonna happen here.
As we head into the weekend, heat all over the country.
Absolutely. Good morning, guys, and good morning to you, our friends out west. 26 million people from Utah, Arizona into California under heat warnings, heat watches. And then you come to the Great Lakes, Northeast, Mid-Atlantic states. 64 million people from Hartford, Connecticut, Cincinnati, Ohio, Charlottesville, West Virginia. We are talking about a hot one with heat indexes close to 100 degrees for Detroit, Louisville over 100, Charleston 95, New York 96 degrees. That's what it'll feel like. But where this front has pushed through, it's going to be a little cooler, a little less humid.
Which is not good. Which is not good at all. You really don't want a heat wave and then abruptly it cooled off. It's not good at all. It's not good for the physical body, and this thing can cause terrible weather like tornadoes and hurricane and stuff. Okay, let's keep on moving.
And joining us now with more on the dangers of the extreme heat and how to protect yourself, MSNBC medical contributor, pulmonologist, and global health.
There you go. They brought an expert here. I never seen this dude. I have no idea who the hell he is. If you Google this guy, you won't find any information onto him. His eyes is dead. He doesn't want to be here. Like, yo, man, can I go back to the asylum? How long you people gonna have me here? Okay, so let's listen to those experts.
Policy expert Dr. Vin Gupta. Doctor, it's good to have you here. Thank you.
Always an expert. Like, what the freak, man? Why do we always need those experts coming after the facts and telling you how to protect yourself from the heat? Again, you cannot protect yourself from this. You cannot hide from it. You cannot fight it. You cannot ignore it. There you go again. Another expert.
And joining us now with more on the dangers of the extreme heat and how to protect yourself, MSNBC medical contributor, pulmonologist, and global health policy expert, Dr. Vin Gupta. Doctor, it's good to have you here. Thank you so much. This is perhaps life-saving information we're going to give people here. We know heat can kill more than any other extreme weather. It happens every year. Why is that? What happens to the body?
Okay. Oh, boy. There goes the expert trying to explain to you why heat kills people. Oh, boy. All right, let's try to bear a minute out of this.
Happens. First of all, thank you for, as always, highlighting public health issues. What we've seen with heat is that it actually just causes one's cardiovascular system, unfortunately, to collapse. When we start getting from heat stress to heat exhaustion, what's happening? Heart rate's increasing, blood pressure is decreasing and people can pass out. And that's the sentinel symptom here, going from dizziness to confusion to just not responding. That's what we worry about here. And how do we detect that early enough to avoid it? How do we avoid it in the first place? So we have to focus on hydration, humidity, and heart rate. So hydration, what's optimal hydration look like? It's not necessarily just water. And there's other ways to hydrate yourself. We can talk about it.
Yeah, you say skim milk.
Absolutely, skim milk. We don't talk enough about this. Skim milk is actually not just great protein. It actually stays of the 8 ounces of skim milk that you might drink, most of that stays in the blood vessels. First, because it's chock full of other electrolytes, other proteins that help it stay in the blood vessels. Versus, say, water. A lot of that water doesn't actually stay in the blood vessels, and so it's much more hydrating. And you have to focus on humidity. It's humid today here in New York City and much of the Northeast. Humidity means, in addition to heat, that you can't necessarily sweat off your body's core temperature if it's increasing at an increased clip. You need to be able to sweat, but if it's high humidity, you won't necessarily be able to sweat off that heat inside your internal body temperature. And that's a problem here. So look at humidity. If you're going to go out, do an exercise. If you're going to go out, we're talking about this for the Paris Olympics.
I'm more confused than anything. What? Please, sir, tell me one thing. Tell me how to stop this. I don't want to deal with this. Tell me how to stop it. I mean, you're an expert. Why can't you people call your boy Bill Gates and black the sun? Weren't you people a few years ago, our people were all over this issue. Weren't you people a few years ago were raving about he's going to block the sun. He has the technology, he's going to do it because what? You guys were seeing certain activity on the sun you didn't like. And I'm sitting there, I'm asking myself, I'm telling those people, yo, do you know what it would take to perform a feat like this? Do you know the amount of power it will take to stop the most powerful thing in our universe? You do know that our sun is the most powerful sun in our universe. It is said in Magical Evocation by Franz Bardon, once you reach Shemesh, you pass Shemesh, there is nowhere else. You can go anywhere. You can go any other planet, any other sun, any other galaxy, because Shemesh is the most powerful one. And you mean to tell me a guy like Bill Gates, he has the knowledge, he has the wisdom, he has the money to build a technology to block the sun and therefore cool off the earth? You think that's how that works? You think this heat is coming straight from the sun? Think again. This heat is spiritual. When they are talking about heat wave, heat dome, they really mean it. It's a freaking dome. You cannot see it with your regular eyes, but if you have special quote-unquote devices that you put in your eyes, just like you can look at the eclipse, you won't see it. But if you have a special glasses, you can see it. This dome, if you have a special certain glasses you put it, you'll see it. It's microwaving your ass.
Residents in the village of Ruidoso were ordered to flee their homes without even taking time to grab any belongings. It's already claimed the life of one person. Let's start with the largest of the two fires, the South Fork fire. It's now burned more than 16,000 acres and remains 0% contained. So far, it's destroyed 1,400 buildings. We got a look at some of the damage yesterday. Around 8,000 people were forced from their homes as the fire continues to spread rapidly.
It was really scary with the ashes coming down. Like, it was like snow falling down. It was pretty bad. It was scary, yeah.
It's been tough because I've never been through this before. And I just keep getting cracked up about it because it's just, I know there's other families that are trying to look for their loved ones.
Officials also...
Now you got this dude. Listen to what he's saying, okay? Did they display the fellow name?
I just keep getting. I've never been through this before.
Okay, so he been through this before, and we keep telling those people it's gonna happen again, again, and again, and again, and again. It's two things: either will take you out or you take yourself out. And the lies those people have perpetrated out there that when this thing burned down all those homes, and in a few hours everybody's strong. Well, we New Mexico strong. We are strong. How would you be strong, man? Your home just burned down. And more lies. After a few more minutes, we will rebuild. We already built. We already built. We're strong. Hello? Yeah. Insurance? Yeah. Yeah, my house burned down. Okay. Well, you know, send the money. Oh, nigga, well, I'm sending you money like that. We need to investigate, see if you didn't if you didn't start the fire. Remember that gentleman in Los Angeles? Well, somewhere in California. I'm assuming it's Los Angeles. They were setting cars on fire, and when they were interviewing this dude, and he had his shoes, he has these sneakers, all dirty, and soot were all over these white sneakers, and he had very clean clothes. The dude had clean clothes. He had clean socks, but his shoes looked like it was burned out. Like, this is the guy that's setting up the fire. He set up the fire. There was an explosion. He got caught up in it. Quickly run home, change his clothes quickly, come outside, make the interview. But those folks, they never tell you, okay, whatever happened to all those people, their places burned down. For instance, let me see this. For instance, Superior, Colorado, rebuild after fire. Well, I should not say wildfire. Okay. Let's watch this one.
We are following up tonight on a long and difficult rebuilding journey for one woman who lost her home in Superior.
Denver 7's Christian Lopez has been documenting her journey over the past year and shows us how our Denver 7 Gives viewers played a role in helping her get back into her new home.
I still in disbelief that I actually accomplished it. It's a very difficult process.
A process worth the wait.
1.5 years later,
it led Christiana DeRolf to this very moment.
I'm holding my keys, my new rebuild house keys. It feels unreal, but I did it.
We first brought you her story a year ago as she was working to pick up the pieces after losing everything in the Marshall Fire.
This was my and my children's home, and I am just lucky to be alive.
Never losing hope and finding comfort in some of the small things that survived.
When I purchased the house, I purchased with the statuette at my front steps, and the statuette is called the Circle of Friends. It was a heart-touching and a message to me. It's gonna take a circle of friends and a community to survive this and to rebuild and to return home.
And you helped bring some relief in times of uncertainty.
On behalf of our Denver 7 Gives Foundation and our generous viewers, we actually wanted to present you with a check to help cover your rent for that new place you're going to be moving into.
I really thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Raising $4,000 to help her pay for temporary housing as she worked to rebuild.
This all looks a lot different than it did a year ago when we were here. She is one of the first to move back into the Superior neighborhood, and she says she's really excited because several of her neighbors are also returning this summer.
It shows a lot of strength, and it's nice to see that. This is actually similar to my old house, but it's improved, hoping to make new family memories here. Circle of friends at home.
And she's taking a moment to reflect on the long journey as this new chapter begins.
I'd like to say thank you to the community, to Channel 7, to you guys. I'd like to say thank you to my friends.
Reporting in Superior,
I appreciate the community help. It's been overwhelming.
I'm Christian Lopez, Denver.
So, now some of them went back and rebuilt. And you know what they didn't show you? You know what they don't show you? That happened a year ago, right? Let me see. Oh, 11 months ago. That's good. Let me see. July 27. Oh, June 27. Oh, this is gonna be a year. A few more days. It's gonna be a year ago since they have this. The fire happened 2 years ago, I believe. 2021. It happened in 2021. Okay. Now, what they don't show you is the other people that couldn't rebuild. What they don't show you is the others that dial 988. What they don't show you is the others that are living in their van and talking about the van life, you know. And I see, this is the van life. I'm living a van life, man. You know, cool here. I don't pay any rent and stuff like that. I'm chill. I'm saving money. And all people bought into this nonsense about van life. The Most High give you the entire world to live in. He giving you castle. You choose to live in a van in a tiny house, so you won't pay any rent because things are too tough. Why? Because you see the world just like the Gentiles. The thing is, with those people over there, they're not showing you that, okay, those are the family, they used to live right here, and the husband, he couldn't take it, he lost everything. The wife divorced him, and you know, he went after the wife, took her out, you know took himself out. The children, they on drugs. Nobody know what happened to them, if they are alive or if they are still here. They don't know, but that's what happened. It was tough. They won't show you that. Now, are there another possibility for this place to caught on fire? And if so, when it happened, what this same woman wanna be back say, I am still alive. I'm gonna do it again. I'm going to rebuild again. I am strong. The community is strong. How about sending me another check? That's what this dude told you. He said, man, we've been to this age before. And it's not a pleasant thing, man. You know? All right? So let's keep on moving with that.
I just keep getting cracked up about it because it's just, I know there's other families that are trying to look for their loved ones.
Officials also confirmed at least one person was killed by the fires, making this the second deadly wildfire in Ruidoso in 2 years after the McBride fire back in 2022. The complex incident management team took over the management of this fire this morning. And the salt fire is burning to the south of Ruidoso. This map gives you an idea of the area both fires are in. So the salt fire is spreading rapidly to the north and is prompting evacuations there. These photos of the fire were posted to the Mescalero Apache Tribe Facebook page yesterday. You can see the intensity of the smoke and flames firefighters were dealing with. The fire has already burned more than 7,000 acres. Ruidoso Downs and other communities have been evacuated in response to the fire. And Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham declared a state of emergency for Lincoln County and the Mescalero Apache Reservation.
A lot of people that claim to be us, things are burning down for them, and they understand why, because they were raised and say, hey, you are the real people, and now all those things going on. Let's check this local news because they are local. They keep an eye on this thing. Okay, they got the latest here. You know what? Let's this one. Let's see. This one was 7 hours ago. Let's follow one on here.
We begin with those devastating wildfires still burning near Ruidoso. Two separate fires have collectively scorched more than 23,000 acres and are still 0% contained. But it could change soon, all because of a shift in the weather.
Recent rain has led to new problems for the village, and Griffin Rushton is in Alamogordo, where he attended a community meeting last night.
Good morning. We are standing outside the new headquarters for the Special Incident Management Team battling the South Fork and Salt fires up in Ruidoso. This is where their team of meteorologists, fire analysts, and even some law enforcement agencies develop their plan of attack. Now, that team hosted its first community meeting last night, giving us our first look at their plan while also answering some burning questions.
There's still fire out there. There's still smoke. It's gonna move.
After one crisis shifted into another, there is finally confidence in Ruidoso.
Over the next 2 to 3 days, we expect very little lateral movement, very little spread.
Officials with Southwest Area Incident Management Team number 5 offered the first look into their firefighting strategy Thursday, and it's all about the weather.
Yesterday, we got that moisture. And now we're going to keep it for several days. It's given us an extended period where we're going to have moderated fire weather going forward, so that really does work in our benefit.
It appears crews are focused on building fire lines and preventing any more damage. But many
I don't understand when you people are saying they are building some firewall, fire lines to prevent any further damage. Okay.
residents raised concerns about thieves looting the homes still standing.
There were some concerns in the Alto area, various areas around the evacuated areas. We are coming across some people that are out there that shouldn't be out there, but we are not finding mass looting or anything like that.
Well, you people out there swagger jacking stuff. Just go out there and say it. Remember what Kyle did? He was shooting our people during Katrina. He was shooting them in the back. That's how he died. He got shot in the back too. When things like that happen, desperate time, man. Some people will take advantage. Some people will loot and do stuff. There is one that the firefighters got robbed. And it happened all the time. Firefighters always get robbed.
She says homeowners itching to get back inside Ruidoso to check will have to wait.
We are monitoring the properties, but it's more than likely going to have to wait until we allow you all or lift the evacuations to come onto the property.
Some of the time, it's those cops that swagger jacking stuff in there. I mean, you are a cop. They sent you to a house over in New Mexico, and you get in there, and then when you look at this place, there's no camera, there's nothing, and then everything just all over the floor. It seems like those people left in a hurry. And then when you get to the bedroom, the bed is loaded with money, and then to you look at it, it's like drug money. All right, well, then you just fold it in that ship, lift it up, put it in your bag, go to your car and put it in and go home and quit the force. A lot of the time, those guys are the ones that are swagger jacking stuff.
Ruidoso Mayor Lynn Crawford reminded residents the recent rain also brought flash flood dangers and says the search continues inside Ruidoso.
We do have teams that are coming in with dogs to look for loss of life. And so out of respect for those families, we ask that you stay out of those areas. In fact, we're going to be enforcing it.
It's not exactly clear how many people are still missing. There is a Reunite Ruidoso Facebook page helping to reconnect families with their missing loved ones, and we know several cell phone carriers are also working to boost signal in the area to help with those connections. Back to you.
And so now we turn to the storm watch this morning.
So let's turn to meteorologist Kira Miner. Kira, what can we expect for that area?
Yeah, it looks like we are going to continue to see some of those showers and thunderstorms, especially some packing a punch with that heavy rain as we go into the afternoon and into those evening hours. In fact, the National Weather Service has actually extended some of those flash flood watches for the Sacramento Mountains until about early tomorrow morning. Here's a live look outside at Ruidoso right now. Midtown, very quiet right now, 4:33 on this Friday morning. Temperatures are actually much cooler in the upper 50s right now, but a relative humidity kind of
oh boy, people can escape this, man. Let me see if there's anything else. That was yesterday. Couple of people died from this thing. Okay, let's look at the damage first. 2 days ago. Okay, all right, this is what they won't show you. Look at how targeted this thing is. Let's play the video slow. Let's enlarge it and then play it quite slow. Let's play it slow. Now, look at the damage. Look at how this thing pinpoint the homes. Of course, it left some of the trees alone, and then it burns those structures. Look at the cars. Look at this is not a nice Jeep right there, in a Wrangler, one of my favorite car. And those people didn't have the time to took the cars out. Okay, who's gonna pay for all of this? All those homes that are burned down. The lane is fine though. The lane is fine, but look at how precise the damage is. Of course, well, Big Levi, you have to understand this is DEW. No, it's not. The weather is conscious. It's intelligent. It's alive. Okay, look at this. Wow. You know what? Let me put a little music in the background while we are watching this, so it could kind of like walk with the mood. Is that thought lapse? Got this. It's just the precision. Look at all those cars, the structures over there. Look at how this thing is burned down. Woo! Look at the structures, man. See, dude, they didn't have the time to run to the cars and left. They just get what they could and then fled. Man. Got the damage, precision. The trees still stand, but the houses are not. Look at this. Look, there is nothing left here. This is burned to the ground. Okay. There's nothing there. There's nothing left here. Burned to the ground. Devastated, man. The trees still stand. The homes are not. The people are not. They fled. Crazy. But it is what it is. Okay, look at this. Look at the home, man. Look, how are you gonna explain this? There's a truck there. This place used to be the home there, but it's all gone. And then there's nothing you people can say about this. Look at this. Those are work trucks. Look at this. They are home in the back there. They all burned down. Precision, man. Okay? Burn down. There's nothing you can do about this. Yep. Okay. I believe that's the dude that didn't make it. Let's watch that.
Action 7 News. It's heartbreaking.
All right, let's put the speed back.
To know that he didn't make it.
All right, let's see.
KOAT Action 7 News. It's heartbreaking to know that he didn't make it. To know that he was trying to run for his life, trying to get away from the fire.
So, now, beloved. Okay, well, you know what? Let's listen to this thing. Okay, let's go ahead.
Hard to hear that. Police confirming another death following the South Fork fires after the governor's office confirmed the first fatality yesterday.
Faith Ibuanu spoke with the victim's family.
Always have some black dude there. I have no idea with this guy here, but out of all the people, let's get this dude over there. You know, I mean, this is in New Mexico, right? Is that what that is? KOT? Is that? I don't know, but anyway.
Loving, caring with a heart of gold. Just a few words to describe Patrick Pearson.
My dad was a simple man, you know, he didn't need much to make him happy.
His family and loved ones grappling with the loss of their beloved father, Fred.
Now, why is this happening? What seems to be the problem? What seems to be the issue? Well, I mean, the problem is this. The problem is this. This is what you people did to our brothers, to our sisters. Of course, there were no witnesses here, but that tree that you hung him off and cut off both of his feet and burned him down. That's what you people did. Vidor, Texas, New Mexico. That's what you people did to our men and women. You burned them out. Now you mob boss. You mob come up with your fires. Bunch of weak, coward white men get together, band together. And then they find that one black brother. They beat him, rape him, cut off his penis. And then burn them. To tie our brothers upon trees, roads, and burn them. You destroy the cities. And then you just pose for the picture smiling. You know, you guys smiling. America Black Museum. Black Holocaust Museum. I never heard of this. Okay. In 1919, white rioters stormed into an Omaha courthouse and dragged a black jail man who said he was innocent out of to his death. Okay. Human skin melt at 162 degrees. 50 degrees more than the blood boils. Okay. So you were boiling the blood of our brothers. Look at the beloved right there. Tie him up. You beat him. You cut off his penis. You rape him. And you burn him, and then you post right here. Proudly. With great smile. Great pride upon your face. No shame. And you people, because they were all Christian, they do that on Sunday. And then you guys gonna get away with this because you're saying Jesus. That's what you guys did. Okay? You accuse all men. Okay? I am innocent. I never did it. My God, I am innocent. Will Brown. And what you did to him? You did this. You take picture. You send it to others. Your children were there. Look at this little boy smiling. They all have this smile on their faces. Proud. Look at this dude right here. Look at this dude, man. After you committed this act, you just stand there proudly. You smile. And then you are wondering why this man, you people acting like you somewhat disconnected to those people. You have no connection with them. They are all died. None of them has children. None of them has descended offspring. Everybody died. And if they had, it wasn't my dad. He didn't do this. He didn't deserve to be burned in this fire. That's what you people did. And you hide those history. Okay? You kill Brother Brown. They didn't do anything to you. But you kill him. You burn him alive. That's what you people did. 100 years of Jim Crow. You know, you are like, we want to be separate from you people. Color that way, human this way, white human that way. You know? Wisconsin, hunting news in Alabama. Killing our brothers, hanging them. We wash for white people only. That's your laundromat. This is how you depicted our people. Okay? A Jemima. You are making fun of our people. And you are very proud of this. Marion, Indiana, August 7, 1930. In the dark before dawn, County Sheriff Jacob Campbell and his officers arrested 4 black teenagers in their homes. By evening, 2 would be dead. They accused James Cameron, 16, and Abram Smith, 19, were shoeshine boys. Thomas Shape, 18, worked at Malibu, a foundry. Robert Sullivan's occupation is unknown. They were taken to a fortress-like jail in downtown Marion, the county seat, population 25,000. There, the sheriff and these men beat and interrogated each boy separately until they extracted confessions. After Tommy, Abe, and Jimmy were locked into separate cells to await trial, for some reason, Robert was released. The crime: victims. The sheriff charged the boys with raping a white teenager, Mary Ball, 19, and shooting a white man, Claude Dieter, 23, the night before. It was the beginning of the Great Depression. Claude's elder son, a farming family, had been laid earlier from this foundry job of a superior body. Townspeople described Mary in very different ways. Luce, a prostitute, Claude's fiance, Abraham's girlfriend. So that's what you guys did. You always put your women in front and you did things to them. Of course, you have no skills whatsoever. You have no game whatsoever. You only use your money, hiding behind, I'm a high value man. You stole, robbed, kill, murder, rape, and steal everything. And then the women, they have no choice to come to you. Some of them don't want to come to you. They still come to us. Or some of them don't want to come to you at all. And you will force your way upon them, and then you will blame me and our men and our children. And that's why there is, of course, this onslaught going on of our men. Well, stop having babies. Black men, you need to walk away from the black women. The men are winning. We are walking away from women. I don't want any kids. The economy is bad. You know how much money it takes to raise a kid? $350,000. Most of those people that are talking how more they have over $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 in debt. That's why you men are coming to all men right now and telling them, hey, we're a tribe now. Hey, let's not have kids, right? Let's not come against, let's not come nowhere women. Let's walk away from them. Women are too proud. Feminism, right? When you're in fact, your father did these things. You and your forefathers, you and your ancestors did these things. You orchestrated everything. And now, right on your ass, and I don't know what happened, why my father was burned alive. Well, you did this. You did those things. Take our brothers. You lynch them. And then you look at you people standing there watching. Marvelous. You brought your women there. Got this guy smiling with his girlfriend right there holding her hand. Brought her on a date. Watching some niggers hanging from the trees. See those trees here. For instance, look at this tree. I don't know if I'm the only one that can see this. I can't zoom in it. See, this tree is alive. And it's crying. See the eyes right here? Tears. The other eyes. Mouth. Hair. Like long dreadlocks standing. Okay? You are hanging it upon the trees. And those trees were witness. They are technology. They record what you did. And the tree cries with us. I don't know if you can see the face here. I can zoom in it. Can I save the picture and try to zoom in? Let me see if I can save the picture. I don't think. Oh, I think I can. Okay, I'll just save it. Let me open it so I can see if I can. There we go. Can I zoom in? Where's the zoom thing right here? Everything has a commercial in it. Alright? That's what you did to our brethren. You will hang them, beat them, blood all over. This is not because their clothes are dirty or dark. Those are blood. Okay? Look at this tree. Oh, hey, I could do this. Look at this tree right here. Can't go that way. Oops. Okay? Eyes, mouth, it's crying. It's in pain. He saw what you people did. Okay? Alright, look at this dude with his girlfriend. Smiling. Holding his girl hands and things like that. Look at those young white women here. Happy. We got 2 of them. Look at this Hitler looking dude pointing with his tattoos in his hand. It's pointing. I got him. Make sure you take a good shot of me, right? Got this old lady there. This dude has a tattoo in his hand. Well, could be blood too. You people enjoy this. This white woman bought drinks. Is that what that is? Got this dude right here. Smile. Those people have descended. Just like those brothers. Those were us. And you did those things. You documented with great pride. The trees were crying. Sad. There are plenty things in the background. There are plenty things you don't see here. But that's what you people did. To our brothers. To our sisters. Let's see if we can take another... What is this? Oh, she's describing the lynching. Let's watch that.
Yeah, the crowd was beginning to gather as soon as we were put in jail. And by morning, they were cluttering up the jail yard. And all that day, they kept coming. And by nightfall, there was 10 to 15,000 whites out there screaming for the blood of us 3 blacks.
Very tense feeling among everybody. And you felt it all over town.
The sheriff had told the police not to shoot out there. There were women and children. and 4 big white men got some sledgehammers in their hands, and they started knocking on the cement blocks and throwing around the steel door that was the entrance to the jail.
And they come dragging one of the boys down out of the jail. They took him right down the sidewalk. Everybody was kicking, hitting him, and everything else. And there was a Model T Ford Coupe that a woman was standing up there and just, they was all going crazy. And she jumped down. She had high heels. I seen this happen. And her high heels just scraped a hole, just like cut with a knife down his back. And
so, this man, as a boy, he saw when 4 big white men with sledgehammer break down the jail, take those 2 young boys, 14, 16, and started beating them. Everybody was kicking. And there was a white woman wearing high heels on a Ford Model T. She jumped from the Ford and the back of the brother and cut him in the back with her high heels. Men and women were doing this to our brethren because it is sexual to them, okay? They get off on things like that, all right? That's how they're into weird. Somebody need to go into that filth industry and make a renaissance. And too many weird stuff because you let those people take over something that was beautiful. The act of love between a man and a woman is the most beautiful thing ever. But you let those people come in this thing and do all sort of bull. It's all stepdaughter, son with mother with son, BDSD, choking and all this nonsense. What the hell? And this man watched this, all right? Let's listen to what he said again.
Sidewalk, everybody was kicking, hitting him, and everything else. And they come dragging one of the boys down out of the jail. They took him right down the sidewalk. Everybody was kicking, hitting him, and everything else. And there was a Model T Ford Coupe that a woman was standing up there and just, they was all going crazy. And she jumped down. She had high heels. I seen this happen. And her high heels just scraped a hole, just like cut with a knife down his back.
Okay. She jumped in his back with her high heel on purpose and cut him from the back.
They pulled him out and they drug him up there by a car. And they took him off of there and put him hung him up on the maple tree.
And he reached up to get hold of the rope to keep it from choking him. So they let him down and broke his arms.
All right. Those are the witness against you. And you think you're going to get away with that? You think we're going, once you do all those things to our brothers, to our sisters, you drag the brother on the car while you beat him with sledge armor, your women jump on his back and do all those things. You drag him up on a tree. You hang him. You pull him. While he was choking, was trying to save his own life, he grabbed the rope, trying not to choke. You bring him down. You broke both of his arms. And then you hang him. Praise Jesus, man. Great glory, man. We're going to be saved. Well, I believe in Jesus. That was a sin that I committed long ago. No wonder the trees were crying. No wonder the trees were sad because they witnessed all those things. And those brothers are under the altar asking the Heavenly Father, why? How long, Holy One? But how long? You will let those people smile, laugh, enjoy themselves, and ignore this, hide this. How long?
So he couldn't hang on to the rope. They pulled him up again as we went by.
So, this is your legacy. You need to own it. You need to own it. You're not gonna sit there and then try to ignore this. Well, I happened like in 19. When this happened? When this happened? 1930. I mean, that was like 40, 50 years ago, 70 years ago, 74, 80 years ago. That's a long time, man. Let's bygone be bygone. You know, come visit Vidor. We are not the same people. Those people that did this thing die. You know, stuff, things like that. You know, we friend, man. We good now. Come on, get this black man over here, and then you know this black boy. Let's do stuff. You know, things like that. You know, yeah. You know, after you did this, let's get this right quick. Okay. Okay, this is the brother that this thing happened to him, and then Sundown Town. Okay, where's Isaiah? You know what? Let's go get it from the history. We had profiled this stuff 2 days ago or yesterday. You know what? Let's put Vidor here so we could cut to the chase. There you go, right here. Let's listen to this.
Welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. It was a town known as a hub of hate, a radical respite of racism. Blacks were told to keep their asses out of Vidor, Texas, just east of Houston. Now it's a city that's hoping to change its image by doing the work. Some first hesitantly took notice of the work they were doing when whites in the city held a rally supporting George Floyd. And now leaders are opening the door to a young black boy with terminal cancer. Let's take you to Orange County. There was a time, especially in the Deep South, when blacks knew not to be caught in the city of Vidor, Texas, after the sun went down.
So the Vidor of the very long past, which, you know, I'm sorry that it ever happened, is not the Vidor of today.
The Vidor of the past.
That's a bunch of lies. You people never change. You never did. That's a bunch of lies.
Was known for being a racist hub in Texas, a place where little if any blacks called home. Even the federal government attempted to integrate the town in the 1990s, but the black families found themselves run out by some of the white residents.
We're not the same Vidor that people think we are. This Vidor is we're caring people. We love everybody. And I would say to the people that don't think that to be necessarily true, come visit our city. You'll see.
Look at this dude. I mean, look at that guy's face. It's the same bull, the same face that you see there. Soulless. Okay? Soulless. It's the same eyes you see in this woman and these people over there. Just sit there. Look at this dude. The same eyes. They are soulless. Soulless, savage being. That's what you guys did. Or come visit Vidor and we'll show you. That's a bunch of lies. A brother went there a year ago. He had issue with them. You people never change. Now you guys love everybody. Now we love everybody. Come visit. But anyway, if you want to watch the whole thing, you can go ahead and watch the story. I mean, no, not the story. Oh boy, this is beautiful. Let's watch this. You can watch what we have here. You can watch the prayer that we had today. Climate intelligence. You can watch that. It's somewhere around. What the? I don't know. Is that this right there? I think I did it yesterday. Yes, it was yesterday. This one. Fiery conflagration of the cities. I believe it was this one. Yes. Yes. Fiery conflagration of the city. Fast day 36. Yesterday we did that. Okay. Try to go watch that because there's a lot. Okay. Let's finish this, and then we'll go to this one right here.
And son.
It's still unbelievable that this has happened. All I know is that my dad is gone now.
The South Fork fire to blame, the governor's office confirming a death on Tuesday.
Once we found out where the fire was and what direction it looked like it was going, my sisters, my mom, and we started contacting shelters in Roswell, attempted to contact them in Capitan, and nobody was able to confirm whether or not he was there.
Pearson's son, Zach, telling us his father was living at the Swiss Chalet Inn.
He was trying to get away from the fire as fast as he could, but with a broken leg and a brace, using a walker, trying to carry what you could. It's heartbreaking.
When things took a turn for the worst.
It's heartbreaking to know that he didn't make it. To know that.
So it's heartbreaking. Well, he had a broken leg. Was it heartbreak when you are hanging our brother up on those trees and he was trying to hold the rope, trying to save his own life, and you broke both of his hands? Do you know what kind of force and strength it takes to break somebody's arm? Well, you had huge sledgehammer. So this is what you guys were using. Sledgehammer. Okay? That's what you guys were using. 4 big white men. And then you come here, and then you would break our brother's arm. Do you know what kind of strength it takes? What kind of heart it takes to take a 15-year-old boy, and then you would hit him. Get the other hand. Get that nigga other hand. You break both of his hands, and then he couldn't move anymore, and then you kill him. Was that an heartbreak when you people were doing all those things? That's why I laugh at you people sitting over there with your Jesus. Well, my sin is washed in the blood of Jesus. I'm saved. Hallelujah. Woo. Sit there listening to your Mr. Stone and Paul Begley and all the other bastards out there lying to you, telling you, you won't pay for this thing. Well, I didn't do this crime. All the people that did this crime, they die. Well, that thing happened in the 1930s. Well, my ancestors were in Europe. My ancestor come here in the 1960s. And then when your homes are burned down, this home been in my family for generations since the 1700s, and it's now burned down. But when it comes to you people doing all those things, my ancestor was in Europe. We just came here doing Putin war, 2022. Yeah, heartbreaking. Whatever that.
That he was trying to run for his life, trying to get away from the fire.
The rock they once leaned on, gone. But his soul lives on.
Those country dudes, cowboys dudes, walking around and playing this country style music. You already know he was one of those good old boy. He've done things. Things happen. Had a broken leg, could not escape, die in a fire.
On through his music, a musician for more than 35 years, a beautiful voice to remember.
He's got one of the best voices New Mexico has ever heard.
Faith Ibuanu, KOAT, Action 7 News.
Talented too. Well, the family tells us he was a California native but raised in the heart of New Mexico.
And to support the
And that's what you people did. That's what happened. Let's watch this one right there.
More than 1,400 structures have been burned because of these fires. Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham says it's possible 500 of those are homes. I saw that firsthand as we
It's possible 500's all home. Get out of here, man. You people, man, get out of here.
toured several subdivisions.
You know, we're a community and we're here to help each other, and we will take, you know, it'll take a long time for us to recover from this, but they're not alone.
Lincoln County officials taking us on a tour. That devastation is heartbreaking. Several homes near Alto Lake, Cedar Creek, and Alpine Village are gone, including homes of first responders fighting these fires. Officials also say the Barney subdivision is a complete loss.
It's hard to watch your neighbors and your friends and your family lose everything that they've ever worked for. And knowing how hard they've worked for it and all of the other trials and tribulations that they've been through in their lives.
That's a nice Mustang here. You didn't have time. Those cars weren't disabled, mechanic special, or some kind of weird car that have problem. They are a brand new car. Nice cars.
For something like this to completely take out everything that they've ever worked for it's rough, it's hard.
The Swiss Chalet Inn, one of the oldest inns in the area, also left in rubble. Only 2 walls still standing here. On Wednesday, crews let us see that damage up close. We're told the inn was under renovations. A lot of the things that were being renovated just down in the other parking lot also burned in a complete loss. Crews also asking people who have evacuated to not come back just yet because the area is dangerous.
We're just urging people to stay out of the area. We've already evacuated everyone, and we really don't want them coming back because we don't go back to those houses and check to make sure that they're gone. We don't want any more fatalities, any other fatalities.
So people are wondering why those things are happening. Well, they're happening because of Genesis 15. Hang on. They're happening because of Genesis 15. Oops. Because of Genesis 15, verse 13. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in the land that is not theirs, and they shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. 1619, 2019, boom, 400 years. Right after 2019, 2020 kicks in, everything changed. Things weren't the same. It never was, never will be the same. It was not done by the elites. It was not done by none other than our power. And we got Pluto here in the midst. Everything just... Look at everything's going out there, man. Accelerated, man. Everything is just everywhere. The heat wave, the wildfires, the storm, the hurricanes, the floods is everywhere. People are losing things. People are losing their freaking mind and stuff like that. Well, those things are happening because we are now in Genesis 15, verse 14. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. And the Holy One is judging the nation through the 10 plagues of the apocalypse of Abraham. What we've been seeing here is fiery conflagration of the cities, and of course thunder voices and destroying earthquakes. Thunder voices is the flood, the tornadoes, the weather, point blank. Okay, so now, beloved, our book going to publish this June the 25th, which is going to be this Tuesday. You can pre-order the Kindle version, but the physical version will be available on June the 25th. It's $9 now. You had 2 months to prepare for the actual version, which is going to be $65, 65 flowers, so to speak. Highly recommend you get this book, the 8K Family Handbook, specifically written for the 8K. If you want to be a part of us, you want to cleave unto us, this is your Bible. How to do a spiritual background check, connect with your guardian angel, and develop your magical skills, your magical abilities, your magical capabilities. This is the book cover. Okay? For those of you, you know what it is. Those of you who don't, hey, it is what it is. Let's keep on moving.
The triple threat of dangerous weather is impacting millions of people across the U.S. It comes in the form of now deadly wildfires, extreme heat, and flooding from the year's first named storm swirling in the Gulf of Mexico. CNN's Laura Aguirre explains how this year's severe weather differs from those in the past.
I don't want to do it, but for safety reasons, I have to.
Surfside Beach is among a number of Texas ocean fronts closed on Wednesday. Tropical Storm Alberto, the first named storm of this year's Atlantic hurricane season, is around 185 miles off Tampico, Mexico. But it's sending heavy rain and a massive storm surge north.
Go down on the beach and you get sucked out. Ain't nobody gonna come help you.
Coastal cities like Galveston, Matagordo, and Corpus Christi already grappling with rising floodwaters pushed ashore by Alberto-fueled winds. Forecasters predict Alberto's impacts will spread across much of Texas now through Thursday, and also into New Mexico, where the rain could help crews battling devastating wildfires. Tens of thousands of acres in the state have been charred so far, along with hundreds of homes and businesses. Ruidoso is one of the villages where residents were forced to evacuate.
We don't know what's going to happen with our home.
We're in a really severe drought, but with the high temperatures, low humidities, and then we get wind, we're getting explosive wildfires in areas that traditionally wouldn't be in that condition.
Extreme heat and dry conditions also persist across the Midwest and Northeast Wednesday, with exceptionally high or record-breaking temperatures in many cities from Illinois up into Maine.
People will say, well, extreme weather has always occurred, and people agree, except that it's occurring at a frequency we've never seen.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
There you go. You know, extreme weather always happen. Yeah, not at that rate. Not at this frequency. Let's listen to this again.
It's always occurred, and people agree, except that it's occurring at a frequency we've never seen.
I'm Laura Aguirre.
Frequency, because we are fasting, keeping the nation on high vibration and high frequency. All right, then let's keep on moving.
Welcome back here on Live Now from Fox, and you are taking a live look over at our X-RAD radar system where you see that major storm. It is very large there. Tropical Storm Alberto officially forming in the southwestern Gulf of Mexico, becoming the first named storm of the Atlantic hurricane season, which only began just weeks ago. I do want to bring in Michael Brennan, the director of the National Hurricane Center, to break down the latest forecast for us. As always, Michael, thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us.
Man, great to be with you today.
Of course. So how are things shaping up right now?
Well, pretty much as expected. You know, going back to what we were expecting yesterday, we have Alberto. The system has become better organized in terms of it now being a tropical storm. But in terms of the impacts, especially that we're seeing along the coast from northern Mexico up along the coast of Texas, everything is pretty much on track. We're seeing that heavy rainfall. You can see here on the radar, heavy rainfall moving into portions of the upper Texas coast, the mid Texas coast, all the way down to Brownsville and into northern Mexico. We have flash flood warnings in effect for places like the Corpus Christi metro area. We've seen significant coastal flooding at this morning's high tide, and some tropical storm force winds along the Texas coast. And those, those conditions are going to continue through the day today, through tonight, and into early Thursday along coastal areas, with that heavy rainfall spreading inland across much of South Texas.
And one question that we've seen posted kind of all over the place, and we've received, and I'm sure you're getting a lot as well, the storm itself, the center of it is going over Mexico, but the storm is so large that you are going to see those intense impacts even in the U.S., including there in Texas.
Yeah, that's right. The center of the storm is down here, and you can see this is our forecast of the center taking it inland across Mexico early tomorrow morning. But this orange area represents the extent of the tropical storm force winds, which extend more than 400 miles to the north of the center. So that's why we have that tropical storm warning in place. And as you can see from the radar imagery, the center of the storm, if we zoom out, is down here over the southern Gulf of Mexico, and the shower and thunderstorm activity, again, extends several hundred miles to the north as that deep plume of tropical moisture is being pushed onshore, and that's what's causing that rainfall to occur all the way up into much of South Texas.
We discussed this a little bit yesterday, but as we are seeing this storm just weeks into hurricane season, the first named storm, does that give us any kind of indication of what to expect for the rest of the Atlantic hurricane season?
You know, there's not a whole lot of connection between the activity that we see early in the season. In fact, having the first named storm on June 19th is just a day earlier than typical over the last 30 years or so, where we typically see the first named storm form around June 20th. But the vast majority of the hurricane activity comes in August, September, and October. We are still expecting very favorable conditions for storms to develop this year, and we are expecting a pretty busy Atlantic hurricane season.
Are we seeing any other systems right now that we are keeping an eye on?
We're watching a couple of different systems today. The first one is actually out here in the Atlantic. It's a weak area of low pressure, a trough that's moving to the northwest. Could bring some enhanced rainfall, some gusty wind.
Bro, anyway, you ain't gonna be able to stop this. This thing just happened.
We're going to turn back to that breaking news out of Arkansas. At least 2 people are dead after a shooting at a grocery store. NBC News correspondent Sam Brock joins us with more. Sam, we understand this took place at a grocery store in a city called Fordyce. Walk us through what we know right now.
Sure. So, Ellison, it looks like we're seeing some images from the scene right now. All of the information that we haven't granted, it is limited information, is coming from Arkansas State Police, who confirm that 11:30 local time this morning, a shooter opened fire at the Mad Butcher not clear if it was inside or just outside of it. What you're looking at right now is video from a witness that was captured right near that scene, where you actually hear a series of gunshots. They go off, there's a space, and then maybe 10 or 15 seconds later, more gunfire after that. In terms of who was affected, here is what we know right now. There were 7 civilians who were shot, 2 of them, as you mentioned, who have been killed. They said 9 people were shot total, so that also includes a law enforcement officer who was shot but suffers non-life-threatening injuries.
9 people.
It includes the shooter. Not clear his background, his or her background, or why they opened fire. But the shooter has been detained, according to Arkansas State Police. And we are expecting a briefing from the state police sometime in the next 45 minutes to an hour. Those are the basics of the information that we have right now. Fordyce, by the way, is roughly about an hour's drive south of Little Rock. And in terms of response from government, from the community members there, still waiting to hear from witnesses on scene. But the governor, Governor Sanders, did say, she issued a statement, I should say, wanting to provide her prayers for the victims and all those impacted. She says, I've been briefed on the tragic shooting in Fordyce. I'm in constant contact with state police at the scene. I am thankful to law enforcement and to first responders for their quick and heroic action to save lives.
Heroic. Heroes. They are heroic. They are heroic. They are heroes. Whatever they put that fire, they are heroes. They get shot in the line of duty. They are heroes. Oh boy. Boy, this gas station here name is Karma. Wow. Can't make this up.
Big picture now. Let's widen the scope. There were roughly 9 mass shootings just over the weekend across the country.
9 mass shooting, 9 people get shot. Karma. You can't make this up.
So that includes a shooter opening fire at a splash pad in Michigan, injuring 9, including an 8-year-old child. Round Rock, Texas, 2 people were killed celebrating a Juneteenth party over the weekend. So obviously this just kind of fits into the pattern of mass shootings, 230 plus for the year, Ellison. And we're following, obviously, the latest details on this.
Thanks for watching. Stay on.
Okay, so that's this was an hour ago. Let's see if we have anything else. I think I passed it. Okay, well, okay, they got a Negro here. They got a Negro here. They got a Negro here, a pastor, explaining things.
Well, listen, I got a call from some of our members right when it was going on. They called me and they was like, man, please come get us. We might not make it out. So I get in my car. I'm on my way. I called the mayor, told him what was going on. He get on the radio, called the police. I called the sheriff. He did the same thing, man. They got all the police here pretty quick. And so when I got here, I seen that, man, it was shots going everywhere. So we just had to be safe. But it was rough, man. I seen people lying in the parking lot. Didn't know if they were dead or not, but they were just lying there. From being shot, and there was vehicles with glass busted out everywhere, and they were still off in the store shooting. So that's what I seen. I've lived in Fordyce my whole life, 40 plus years, served here. Man, never.
He lived there 40 years, 9 people dead, 40-day fast. Those Christians are catching hell. And what they're going to try to make it seems like, oh, black people, this is oh, this is happening to all of us. No, this is a pastor. His congregation or his parishioners got caught up in this thing. They call him, hey, you got to come there and save us. They didn't call the police. They called him. He called the police. So it shows you the Holy One is removing the confusion of faces in the midst of us.
In a million years when we think something like this would happen in a small town of Fordyce, it is truly shaking us up, and a lot of the victims are traumatized. We're in the process of getting counselors to counsel with them and just make sure that they're okay. I just want to say, Fordyce, let's continue to pray for all involved. We can get through this. I know it's a devastating time in our community right now, but let's pray. All leaders, let's come together and pray for this community. And do not let this stop us. Let's keep pressing forward.
Thanks for watching. Stay on.
Let's come together again. There were shots everywhere. Kansas pastor describing shooting. Okay, all right. Okay, this one was 39 minutes ago. Let's watch this.
Yeah, Faith, I spoke with a lot of people who were around or came by as soon as they heard, but I also spoke with a girl who was in the store shopping with her family for dinner tonight, and she said someone just started shooting, and they went to hide so that they could be safe, and now they are out, and so I got the chance to speak with her, and I think she said she's still in shock, but I want to share with you guys some of her story today about how she is safe right now.
Yeah, so we walked into Mad Butcher, and Mama had stopped and talked to this woman, and so she had talked for maybe about 5 minutes, and then we had went down the aisle to get the stuff. So she went to the other aisle, and when like I had heard this noise, and I thought it was a rat. So I looked back. When I looked back, I just seen everybody ducking, and I just seen shots coming through the window. And so that's when I had hurry up and grab my brother, because he was in the buggy. So I had hurry up and grab my brother, and we had ran. By that time, my mama had met me halfway. She was like, "They shooting, they shooting, they shooting." I said, "What?" So we had ran to the freezer part on the right side, and I had seen this door. They said it was the bathroom, but it was locked. So I guess it was people in there. So I said, "Mom, it's locked, it's locked, it's locked." So then we had ran to the other one, and it was two workers back there. They was finna get ready to close the freezer. And by that time, they got ready to close the freezer. Mom was like, "Can we get in with y'all?" So we got in, and when we got in, the woman was like, "What's going on?" Was like, "They shooting, they shooting, they shooting." So then that's when she had got like this long stick thing. We had put it in front of the door. Like, we didn't have no service in there or nothing, so we couldn't call nobody. So like I said, it was just a regular day, and it just all happened so fast.
All right.
It's just so tough to have those conversations, to even hear that story. She even told me she was still in shock, and that's why she's not emotional yet, but she's scared for the next loud noise she hears. She says,
so I was sitting in my mama's car. They was in Mad Butcher, and I heard like boom, boom, brrr. And then I looked, and I thought it was fireworks, because, you know, I thought the stand was open. So I looked out like to my left, and I seen a man with his groceries with some khaki shorts on, and he just dropped back. And then I seen a man, he had, I think it was an AK, he had rounds, and he was just shooting, like he was shooting. And I locked the door, and I got real low, because my mama don't got no tent, so he was gonna see her. And I held my sister's hand, and I told her I love her, and I prayed for her, and I was just sitting there in fear, because from where I was sitting, the only thing I could see was him if he came up to it. All I seen was the sky. And I just prayed, and I was real scared. Like, I would never think that would happen in Fordyce. Like, that's real scary. And I pray for the man too, you know, because
there you go. You know, bring those Christians. You can see the hearing. Bring those Christians here. Tell them to say, you know, that what happened is good, and pray for the guy that did this. You know, pray. You know, you need to pray for them. So this is the type of garbage that happened. But anyway, we are not moved. We are not dismayed. Michigan. Oh crap. Michigan water park. Or was it Missouri water park shooting? Nine people shot. I think there's one.
The mass shooting in Michigan. This is north of Detroit at a spot popular with families. ABC's Alex Perche is in Rochester Hills with more on that. Alex, good morning.
Hey, Whit. Yeah, the sad reality this morning is there are dads in this community that are waking up this Father's Day in the hospital because of the violence that happened yesterday. Now, on a normal hot day, the Brooklyn Splash Pad is a place for families to cool off. And police say that's exactly what was happening yesterday before that alleged gunman came through and opened fire, seemingly randomly.
We're going to be at the Brooklyn Splash Pad.
This morning, authorities investigating the terrifying moments in Michigan after a shooter opened fire at a splash pad park, injuring at least 9 people, including children. The shooting happened in Rochester Hills Saturday afternoon, roughly 25 miles north of Detroit. The Oakland County Sheriff says it took less than 2 minutes to respond, and in that short time, deputies arrived to multiple victims.
Under no circumstance in this country, particularly in Rochester Hills, should fathers be spending Father's Day in a hospital.
The youngest, a 4-year-old boy. His 8-year-old brother and their mom also hurt, both in critical condition. The oldest victim, a 78-year-old man wounded in the abdomen. Police say the suspected gunman unloaded 3 magazines, firing at least 28 times from a semi-automatic handgun before running away.
It appears like the individual pulled up, exited a vehicle, approached the
Mike, Bushaw, Alex, and things like that.
splash pad, opened fire, reloaded, opened fire, reloaded, left.
Deputies used drones to find the alleged gunman barricaded in a home, eventually breaching it, where they found what they believed to be an AR-style weapon on the kitchen table. That suspect, a 42-year-old man who officials say lived with his mom, also found dead inside that house. Authorities say he had no criminal history or connection to the victims.
It's an absolute tragedy for Rochester Hills. We're going to be in mourning for a long time.
Now the community reeling from what authorities say was a random attack.
This is just something you just don't get over overnight.
The Oakland County Sheriff has called this shooting a, quote, punch in the gut. And as his investigation continues, there are several key questions about those firearms and then also...
But we begin with 7 investigator Heather Catallo looking into who the suspect is and what we're learning about his history.
The Oakland County Sheriff telling us they still do not have a motive as to why this man opened fire here at this splash pad. But the sheriff did say that family members had indicated the shooter had been growing increasingly paranoid. Neighbors in the DeQuinder Estates mobile home park say they never would have predicted that Michael William Nash would fire 36 shots into a crowded...
Michael William Nash, 42 years old, live with his mom, kill his mom, go to a water park, shot 9 more people, come back home and stay there. 73, you know what to do. You know what Michael number is. You already know all those things. We are not moved. We are not dismayed. Of course, we know all those things are happening on behalf of the nation. And like I said, all those cowards, they live with their moms. Okay? They don't want to do anything. What? They don't want to do anything. They just want to go online, play video games, and talking about our men, our women, tell our men to do the same, play video games, don't have any children, no responsibility. And then when the push comes to shove, when their mother like have enough of them, hey, you're 42, get the hell out of my home, and then just get a job or clean after yourself. And they will, I don't know if he killed the mom or he killed himself. I don't know.
Splash pad hitting 9 people Saturday.
It makes you kind of wonder what people do behind closed doors. You just never know.
Kylene Duchesne McDougal lives next door to Nash and his mother in Shelby Township. McDougal says she's known the 42-year-old since he was just 21.
He's just lived there with his family the whole time. We've never seen anything odd with him.
Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard says his deputies were in touch with the shooter's mother.
Okay, the deputy name is Michael. The guy that shot, his name is Michael too? But anyway, something is always wrong with a man that is in his 40s, live with his mom, don't want to do anything. This is like red flag, especially if these men don't look like us. They just love their mothers, okay, because what they've done unto us, they took the father out of the house. This thing come back unto them. So now those dudes, they are very, okay, look at this tag right there, you know. 63, you know what to do. 804, you know what to do. And it's a back of one of my favorite car a Humvee. But anyway, it's always weird when a dude, you're in your 50s, your 40s, you stay with your mom, you never work, you don't want to work, and then you have a temper. This is a red flag.
Who told them about her son's recent increased paranoia.
It appears he had been musing about different things, saying, shut your phone off, we're being watched, they are listening to us, walking around the house with weapons, talking about them listening to him, and talking about...
This is the kind of paranoia they want to bring to our men. Because I need to tell the nation like they are listening, man. They are watching. Yeah? Well, you know, we got to do something about this. I remember one clown call. We were doing... but anyway, somebody was trying to come over there and then bring paranoia and fear in the midst of us. Well, they are listening. They're watching. We know that. Let them watch. Let them listen. Let the fear come onto them. Look at what this dude did.
About how the government was tracking them. At this point, we still have no information that was brought to anyone's attention.
This is the conspiracy theories. This is the conspiracy theories. That's why I despise this nonsense in the midst of our people. Bring it somewhere else, not here.
Bouchard says they recovered one gun at the splash pad and 11 weapons, including an AR-style rifle, inside the shooter's home. Bouchard says the shooter killed himself while deputies surrounded the house.
Okay, he killed himself. I thought he killed his mom. All right, then. That's better. So none of the people that he shot died, but he killed himself. All right, then.
We have no information on any contacts that he had with law enforcement, no arrests, no criminal history.
The 7 investigators reviewed court records and only found some past financial issues, including a 2011 bankruptcy. Attorney Kelly Meeks remembers Nash as a 29-year-old who had lost his landscaping company after the 2009 economic crash.
And he lost the majority of his client base. So he had to let his employees go. His equipment was repossessed, and he was responsible for the balance owed on those loans after it was sold for pennies on the dollar. He saw himself more as a just down on his luck young man and felt like he would be able to rebound from this. He was
and he didn't. A lot of those dudes, they were living in the blessing, okay? All right, and then once they take a hit, that's it. I'm going back to my mommy and stay there, just chill.
Not angry or combative at the circumstances.
Meek says she was stunned to learn the young man she met 13 years ago was responsible for Saturday's splash pad tragedy.
I was absolutely flabbergasted, knocked sideways. I was shocked that it was the same soft-spoken, pleasant young man that I had met with back in 2011 and represented. My heart just goes out to all of these folks that were injured and the families and everybody impacted by another horrible gun tragedy.
Sheriff Bouchard says the shooter's mother was not home at the time of this tragedy, and she has since hired a lawyer. The sheriff also telling us that his deputies have seized phones and computers from their home to try to determine what led up to this, but we may never know. In Rochester Hills, I'm Heather Catallo, 7 News Detroit.
Okay, so...
Heather, thank you for that report. Oakland.
Is that the dude? No, it's not him. They had a photo of him. Where is it?
We begin, though, in Michigan tonight, where police are investigating what they're calling a random shooting. A gunman firing over 24 rounds into a space designed for children that is supposed to be fun and safe. Instead, families ran for cover and for their lives. At least 9 people were shot, including a mother and her children. One of them, an 8-year-old boy, struck in the head. Tonight, he is in critical condition. The shooting happened Saturday night at a crowded recreation area in Rochester Hills, north of Detroit. It was one of 9 mass shootings across this country this weekend. CBS's Charlie DeMar is at the scene tonight. Charlie, what more do we know about the suspect and this horrific attack?
And Jerika, good evening. The Oakland County Sheriff's Department said that this splash pad was filled with children and families simply enjoying the day when a gunman got out of his car and fired at least 28 times. They are calling this shooting.
Okay, Michael shot the fire 28 times, okay? You know?
Random.
Chaos at the Brooklands Plaza splash pad in Rochester Hills, Michigan.
A lot of blood.
a lot of blood. I know these people. This is my neighborhood.
Just after 5 p.m. Saturday, sheriff's deputies say 42-year-old Michael Nash exited a car and fired nearly 30 times. 9 people were wounded.
It's the exact antithesis of what you design a splash pad and what a splash pad's purpose is for, and that's to gather community and to celebrate families.
Among the victims were Michaela and Eric Coughlin, who, according...
So you got those people, okay, enjoying life, minding their own business, and then you got this dude, he was down on his luck. No, it was a psychopath. Soft-spoken, living with his mother, 42 years old, you know, failing everything in life. And because the blessing is gone, he's like, yo, I ain't gonna go down by myself, man. And that's how those dudes are. They not gonna go down alone. It's your fault that you are happy you got a family, you got children. That's why they went after children. Those guys despise women and kids, because they saw women as kids as hindrance. They love being around other men, which is the Grecian style. You know, that's why they all telling all men, don't have kids. Oh, hey, child support. Ah, man, divorce. Ah, don't marry. Don't do anything. Don't have sex with women. Come here with us boys and stuff. He went after children and women. That's what those dudes, that's what they do.
To a GoFundMe, were struck 7 times while shielding their 2 young children from gunfire. Rochester Hills mayor also tells us a city employee's wife is among the wounded.
She was shot in the wrist, a broken arm, and then another bullet entered the abdomen, exited out the back. She's going to be okay. She's going to be fine.
A 9mm pistol and 3 magazines were recovered at the scene. Sheriff's deputies say the shooter had a history of mental health challenges.
That's a bunch of bull. You people always, every single shooter has some mental issue. It never be that one normal guy that say, I'm tired, I can't do this, I'm taking everybody with me. Nope, it's a, well, mental illness, mental illness. Get out of here, son.
And killed himself inside his home. At a news conference yesterday, the
correction, inside his mother's home.
Sheriff showed an image of a semi-automatic weapon found on the suspect's kitchen table. Detectives investigating his motives said he had no connection to the victims.
Where can you go nowadays? There's a lot of people that need help.
And sheriff's deputies say they were able to respond to the scene in less than 2 minutes, thanks in part to technology that allows them to hear 911 calls as they're happening and respond quicker. Jerika?
Charlie DeMar, thank you to you and your team there. Thank you.
Well, members of the Rochester Hills community are rallying together in the face of unimaginable tragedy.
This morning, the Brooklyn splash.
Okay, where is Okay, well, they never put that dude's face up there. It's just neighbors saying things about him.
And good morning, I'm...
You know, I can easily find the face. Let me see if I can find it there. Okay. I really don't want to show that guy. If somebody did, Rocket. You know, people just trying to enjoy the blessing, and this dude coming over there. You know, William Nash or William Mash? Is that him? Oh, it's not him. This look like the sheriff. Michael William Nash. Okay. That's the dude right here. They're trying to make the sheriff look like it's him. Okay, this is him. Okay. Alright, this is the typical dudes. You know, They get angry at the world. They cry online, and then they get their guns. They go around. They start shooting women and children. And those are the guys online doing their little bad things that are people, children. This world is cruel. Don't bring children into it because they can't have on their own. And
hearing from the family of a father and daughter who drowned in the San Jacinto River while celebrating Father's Day.
38-year-old Santos Otoniel Chavajay went in to save his 14-year-old daughter Michelle, but neither made it out of the water alive.
Okay, Michael's all over this. So it's already 2. We're just going to take this one, and then we are going to tell you to wait for our beloved sister Kayla. She has a music video for the nation. You can go ahead and watch it.
Here's Anayeli Ruiz with the heartbreaking story.
What was supposed to be a Father's Day outing ended in tragedy for the Chavajay family.
No podía creer.
Dominga says she still can't believe it's true. She's in shock that she'll never see her husband, Santos Otoniel Chavajay, and her daughter, Darcy Michelle Chavajay. They both drowned on Sunday evening in the San Jacinto River.
Nunca pensé que ya no iban a regresar nunca.
Dominga said she never imagined her loved ones would not come back home. She said Otoniel and Michelle had gone to the river with other family and friends. Dominga stayed back with her 2 little ones. She said as the sun was setting, she was told Michelle asked her dad to take a picture of her in the river.
Estaba a la mitad del agua ya levantando los brazos.
She said Michelle was walking halfway in the water and had fallen. Her arms were up in the air asking for help. Her dad jumped into the water and they never made it out. Harris County Sheriff's Office was called out to the scene. The dive team recovered Michelle's body early Monday morning. Otoniel's body was recovered shortly after.
Ella es muy alegre, se levanta temprano.
Dominga said her daughter was just in middle school. She dreamed of being a pediatrician and was making plans for her quinceañera. Otoniel was the sole provider for the family.
Un joven igual, trabajador.
His brothers said he was a very hardworking, responsible man. Now the family's hoping they can send their bodies back to Guatemala for one last goodbye. As Dominga is praying she gets the strength to get up in the morning and face this terrible loss, as she now has a 3-year-old and an 11-month-old to raise alone.
Yo sé que ellos siempre van a estar, siempre nos miran.
So, we're gonna stop here. Why those things happening? Why is it Father's Day, Juneteenth, all those holidays or horrible people are dying all over? Beloved, the point being, the blessing is over. There is nothing more, nothing less to say here. There is nothing I can say that will make this thing better. The blessing is over. Usually these things will happen to us, but now it's happening to them at a higher rate, much more worse than anything else. Of course, you have those losers out there, they don't want to do anything, they don't want to work, they don't want to do stuff because the blessing is over. They were making fun of our men, they were making fun of our women. You might see I might quite be adamant when it comes to our men and our women when they are attacking, especially our men. And the tactic that they use other men that look like us to make our men destroying themselves. I personally, I'll tell any of our men that are listening here, don't be joining tribe with any other dude. I understand you're hurt. I understand you were in this relationship with these women and then there was some cheating. It happened. It happened. Cheating been happening. First of all, the way the relationship that the Gentiles put out there, that's not how it's supposed to be. I can't tell you to get over it, but I'll tell you to deal with it. Do not listen to any man that telling you to leave women alone. Don't be around them. The moment you do this, a spirit will overtake in you. You'll be angry. You'll be petty. You'll hate kids. You'll hate everything. You will blame everything for your failure. And you'll be just like them. It's a spirit. It's a curse. Don't get involved with those dudes walking around here. Well, you know, we're walking away from women. We're doing this, we're doing that. We're going our own way and stuff like that. Nah. Don't get involved with none of this bull. And above all, when those men question you and say, do you have kids? Even though you do not have, or you don't want to have them, say, yeah, in the future I'll have, oh, many more, man. I have many kids. But the economy, but things are so expensive. But this is not, nah, man. I don't let the economy tell me what my life is going to be. I don't let other people, leadership, leading my life. I have plan. I'm not going to go down like the others. I'm not going to choose to go down. I'm not going to choose to be defeated before the fight. A lot of men and women, they choose defeat before the fight. They're like, I'm not going to get involved with this because they say it's not going to be good for me. Even though you don't want kids, you know how bold that is when you sit in the midst of a bunch of Gentiles. You say you're going to have 6, 7, 10, 12 kids. You put them to great shame. Do not let those men bring in this assault in the midst of us. They have a bunch of dudes that look like us that are spewing this garbage out there. Great glory, beloved. Go see the beloved sister music video, which is at the end of this. Shalom.